Cosa buena, dale a tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
All right, man. Welcome back to another episode of. Nah, this is different. This is different. Yo, welcome back to another episode. Oh my gosh, yo, welcome back to another episode of the Three of Me Bros with your Three of Me Bros. Please, if you're new to the channel, please go like, subscribe, all that good stuff, all that like, subscribe, share. We need all of that. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Another week in the books. Yeah, man, we here, man. We here. How you guys doing?
Wait, Thanksgiving is a American holiday, right? You don't celebrate Thanksgiving in other country?
I don't know.
The Pilgrims, where they come from again? I don't even remember that. Actually, it was mad long.
I mean, I believe Thanksgiving is predominantly an American holiday, but I'm not really sure if we're like the only country that celebrates it.
But where did they travel from?
I think Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is
Don't say
mind.
it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Come
on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Can we get through an episode without anything, bro? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's just get through an episode, man. Hey,
shout out to the Puerto Ricans.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Coquito, mojito, mosquito.
Say happy Thanksgiving. Say happy Thanksgiving. Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving, Addie.
All right. Out.
Now, ask her what's her take on Joe Burrow's injury.
Oh my gosh, man. A lot going on over here. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Bengals at Ravens. Yeah, let's talk about Joe Burrow, man. Let's talk about it. First of all, prayers up, speedy recovery. I hope, everything's all right with him. But yeah, let's talk about it. Do the Bengals deserve to lose a pick and money compensation and all of that because of the hiding the fact, or is it something that they go into the week where it's kind of like the Jalen Hurts situation where everybody kind of knew about it, but it wasn't enough to put him on an injury report?
Well, Jalen Hurts, they were saying Jalen Hurts had a bruised bone, which is not really shouldn't be on the injury report, especially if he's fully in practice and all that. But Joe Burrow, I don't know. Your hand was messed up. You came to the game with your hand messed up. You say you look in your hand. Your season done. I don't know. There's a lot of angry fans that bought tickets and all. I don't know. No, Roger Goodell. They're gonna look into it. If they're guilty, they're definitely going to take a pick and get a heavy ass fine. But
also the picture of him coming off the bus with the wrap on his hand, and then like him he wasn't going through normal pre-game throwing mechanics and stuff like that he usually does before the game. I mean, do they take all of this into account?
I mean, that's more so like that's evidence. That's not something that that's not something that makes someone guilty. That's something you sprinkle on top if you find something bigger.
Okay.
So if they find something bigger, then they can sprinkle that on top. Like, yeah, you see, they definitely knew, but yeah, they need. But I mean, it's obvious to me. But who am I? I don't know what I'm the phone. So.
How you feel, Trey?
Nah, that's a fact. But I think taking away a pick is a little excessive. You know how Goodell get down. He like to, you know what I'm saying? He like to over discipline, and sometimes just because there's an uproar over a situation, so he feel the pressure from other teams and owners to come down heavy. Pause. But in regards to the injury, it's what is this, week 13, week 12?
Oh, we're going into week 12.
Every single player in the league by now has an injury. You know what I'm saying? That everyone who stepped on the field Thursday night had an injury that didn't go in the report. Everyone's banged up. Everyone has you know what I'm saying? Joey's is a little more serious. I don't think it was that serious to put on the injury report, and he probably injured it more going into the game, or during the game. But
he injured the pop.
Yeah. So I think that was the word, because he was what, 9 for 7 for 100 yards before the injury. It obviously wasn't affecting
Yeah,
him.
it wasn't.
Before,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He threw a touchdown on that play that he felt the pop. So
You mean 7 for 9? You said
Well,
9 for
I would say my argument for it is the
that's what I said,
fact
right?
that
7 for 9.
No, you said 9 for
yeah, it was
7.
yeah, but I would say my argument for it is the fact that you had Jalen Hurts that never appeared on the injury report, but we was talking about his knee for weeks. But he never he was a full participant in practice. They never put him on an injury report, and usually with any any type of major injuries or any major significance where it would keep you out of practice or keep you limited in practice, I think that's what you have to report. If he was a full participant in practice, he's good to go.
I think he was on the injury report though.
No,
on fantasy, he had a questionable next to his name in fantasy.
Bro, he was never on the injury report. I look at the Eagles injury reports every week. He was never on injury report. He was never limited, full participant, or out for practice.
A bruised bone though is literally it's nothing. Like it hurts.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No pun intended. But it's really nothing. I don't even know what to compare it to. It's like a Charlie horse. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a nonstop Charlie horse for a couple of weeks. The shit hurts. Don't get me wrong, but it's like a Charlie horse.
But what I'm saying is, it's football. You get bumps and bruises after every game. You know what I'm saying? That's why they take a week in between games because everyone's banged up, hurt, has a bruise. So you're not gonna put a bruise of anything on an injury report because everyone's got one at least.
On the flip side of that, let's talk about the Ravens. Now, a hot topic right now is the hip drop tackle. And with there's been a lot of injuries this season from the hip drop, mainly the one in this one with Mark Andrews now out. Now, this is a twofold question. Is this hip drop tackle something that obviously the league is going to look at, but is this something that they will ban? And the second part of the question will be, how serious is Lamar losing Mark Andrews for the remainder of this season?
Yeah, Troy, you can kick it off.
What was the first part to that?
What do you think that they'll outlaw the hip drop tackle?
I think they will because, like I said, going back to the whole Joey Burrow discipline situation, as soon as something happens, everyone likes to over-exaggerate and outlaw or ban something. But I feel like this is the first major injury from that tackle.
What is the third this season from a hip drop tackle?
Who else got hurt?
Chubb. That was a hip drop tackle. It just held him in place. It wasn't dropping down on it, but it held him in place. That was a hip drop. And whatchamacallit off of the other Vikings. He got injured doing the hip drop tackle instead of the other person getting injured. He and Jordan Hicks, Simba, he got injured.
Yeah. Well, the Chubb thing, they were told him about a hit, but Micah dove at him. Minka. He dove at his leg. That wasn't really. He had the other person, because it was a tackle before Minka made full contact. The other person that had him was trying to drag Chubb down. Chubb wasn't going down, but he did a hip drop tackle, and Minka came in, and it was just the way it collided. I'm gonna let Troy give his take before I get mine. I'll let him finish.
There's just way too many. There's way too many compromises to the game. It's like how can you tackle someone now? How can you tackle someone that's bigger than you if you can't? You know what I'm saying? If you can't use a hip drop tackle, how is that corner going to take down Mark Andrews? How is that smaller corner would tackle Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if they outlaw it, which they probably will, it just compromises the game even more. There's already so many rules in place that already hinder you from playing full speed. This is going to be another one.
Arguing in silence. But before I get my take, I just remember that. Yeah, I heard you. No, I think I'll lose me to his joint. But I just peeped that I got this Echo shirt on. Yeah, I got an Echo shirt on. My cousin who was locked up for mad long got me this for Christmas, and he came home and thought it was still hard. But he's been gone for too long. And it's mad comfortable. This is what I worked out at.
Wait, you get locked up 96?
Yeah, probably 97 and 98 and 90. But yo, the hip drop tackle is unfortunate, especially that quarterback who got the hip drop tackle. I forgot what school it was. You know, you seen the dude that got hurt, the quarterback?
Yeah.
The college
off the
quarterback.
scramble. Yeah.
Jordan Travis.
Yeah, Jordan
Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, his whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the hip drop tackle, I don't think they should ban it. It's unfortunate as how they keep getting hurt. You get hip dropped, your legs usually get trapped under and all that, but it's football. It sucks, but this is an unnatural ass sport. This is my favorite sport in the world. I'm obsessed with it. It's an unnatural sport. Bodies are not meant to run 25 miles an hour and collide every single play. It's an unnatural sport. And the defenders got to get paid too. They gotta make their money. And they're too small. You can't have no 180-pound corner trying to tackle a running back, a fast running back running at 225, and then he gonna go head up with him. They got to do any means necessary, and it sucks. But out of all the tackles, there's not that many people getting hurt. If you like the percentage of people getting hurt from hip drop tackles and getting hurt from regular tackles
it's about the same. Yes, it's the same. And then and then you have I would argue that there's more non-contact injuries than contact injuries currently in the sport. So
absolutely.
you can't. Yeah, right now this season there's been more non-contact injuries than contact injuries.
Or injuries because there's
I'm talking about season-ending injuries. There's been more non-contact than full contact.
But I think that's
you have 3 Achilles injuries off the rip. You have 4 ACLs, and then you have I think MCL and like.
But you also have a lot of ankle injuries. You got Cooper Kupp.
But what I'm saying is there's more currently this year there's been more non-contact injuries than there has been contact injuries. So there has to be a fine balance, especially for defensive players. Tom Brady was on the Stephen A. Smith show not too long ago, and he was saying that it's not a defender's it's not a defender's job to protect an offensive player, and it's not an offensive player's job to protect the defensive player. So at the end of the day, like you already getting paid for the sport. You're getting drafted. This is what you want to do for a profession. You know what you're getting yourself into prior to touching that field. So at the end of the day, like this is what you signed up for. I'm not saying that I don't want to glorify injuries and everything, but at the end of the day, like
it's part of the game, bro.
It's part of the game. So you could go 5-6 seasons without having any major injuries, and then that 7th season you could get a season-ending injury. It's just unfortunate, but this is the game that y'all play.
Yeah, and hip drop tackles. Yeah, you'll probably like Nick Chubb towards ACL again, which is unfortunate and all that. But there's people who had multiple concussions and might get CT and be messed up a couple years down the line. Their life is probably going to be 5 years shorter because of these head injuries more than hip drop. Like I feel like hip drop tackles is like the least of the worries of the NFL of getting hurt. And then
I'm pretty sure somebody with like a twisted ankle over a concussion.
Yeah, of course. And going back to the other point, me, somebody who played both sides of the ball, when I was on defense, if you had the ball, I'm trying to knock your head off. I don't care if you nothing. I'm trying to bring the boom, and vice versa. If I have the ball and I'm not making you missing a phone move, and maybe I'm a little tired, I'm trying to drop my shoulder and knock your head off. I'm not worried about you. You hit me, I hit you. Boom. I'm saying I'm not worried about your safety. Don't worry about mine. I'm trying to kill you. not really. Just JK FBI.
But it's all love. But it's all love.
But let's talk about the Mark Andrews injury though. How significant is that to the Ravens and specifically Lamar Jackson moving forward? They said that Lamar Jackson is like 80% all offense towards Mark Andrews.
I made a joke I said this morning. I made a joke earlier this season. I said the Ravens went out and got all those weapons, and Lamar still had to spin the block on Mark Andrews because everybody else was either hurt or inconsistent. It sucks because they fly was he hit like a little wall. He's slowing down a little bit. They have to get him screens. He's getting a little trouble getting open. So they throwing him screens and stuff, but he's a rookie. He still got to learn no matter how good he is. Rashad Bateman, I'm close to giving up on him, even though I think he scored last game. Or was that 2 games?
Yeah, he had a touchdown.
That was last game? Yeah.
Him and Odell had a touchdown.
Yeah, that's the only good thing. Odell was the only thing that he's starting to wake up and looks a little healthy, but he got hurt and left. So I don't even it's a significant blow. That's a safety blanket. That's the most consistent weapon on the Ravens.
I will say though,
Lamar. So
yeah. Their backup Isaiah likely ain't. He could ball too.
Yeah, he can. He can. He's just not as consistent as Mark Andrews as far as blocking and separation and route running. That's only different. But he's gonna have to step up.
He's getting his opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isaiah Likely is a dog, mad athletic. I mean,
like
he's gonna have to work on that, but he's athletic.
He's more of a wide receiver than a tight end.
Mm-hmm. Does this change your opinion on the Ravens moving forward? Do you think that they can still play at an elite level and move forward going into the playoffs and etc. without Mark Andrews?
But they say he might not be out for the season.
Not well, from the reports it said it was season ending.
Yeah, they said they also said it wasn't as bad as they think. I don't know which doctor.
He'll be back to the playoffs though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think most definitely they can go to playoffs and do a deep playoff run, but I don't know. I think eventually, because Odell is always hurt, so they can. Nelson Aguilar looking like the best receiver on their team.
Right now,
I don't know, like if Odell is consistent and healthy enough, then yeah, they can do their thing. But if Odell keeps going down, pause. It's gonna come back to bite them.
Troy,
same. Yeah, Odell is always, like I said, when it looks like he's starting to get it back and get into form, he always get these little bullshit injuries. So if he could stay healthy, they can remain a threat. But somebody got to step up. It shouldn't be their season shouldn't rely on Mark Andrews. Mm-hmm. Lamar is their quarterback. He should be able to elevate that offense to no matter what level it needs to get to if they're a true Super Bowl contender. So we'll see.
Well, for his credit, though, he has been. He won an MVP with nobodies outside of Mark Andrews. So Lamar does need a break, too. They need to help him out. Even though they helped him out, it's not even nobody's fault. It's the players' fault.
Mm-hmm.
So coaching, they got to stay healthy and step up.
All right, moving on to the Vikings at Broncos. This one was a tightly contested game. Ultimately, the Broncos ended up with the win.
How they do that? Dangerous. Stop playing with that boy. Dangerous, bro. First quarterbacks I've seen like Russell Wilson. I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, when Russ retires, we're gonna look back at his clutch drives. There's only a few players I know when they're losing. I'm like, oh, they're gonna score. Somehow, some way, it don't matter how Russ is playing. If there's the last drive, he's going to get it. Dangerous. Stop playing with that boy.
It's Russ and Brady. Those are the only two. Those are the only two QBs I know like that.
Hurts like that too. He marching up the band. Wrong, so Hurts good enough there. Dangerous.
I think it's crazy how the strip flipped on the Broncos. If we was talking about them like they was dead in the water a few weeks ago, now, look, they in that playoff picture and they. No, you know what I'm saying? They can make some noise.
I think that 70 point loss did them justice because I think it woke up not only Russ, it woke up that defense. They've been playing way better since the 70 point loss. They've been playing more together. After the trade deadline, you look at what they've been able to put on the field as far as defense and as far as play calling. The play calling has gotten tremendously better. Russ was never really the problem. We talked about it all season long. Russ has been the one consistent throughout this season. You look at Russ right now. Russ is like second in the league in touchdown to interception ratio next to the rookie.
Touchdown to what?
Touchdown to interception ratio next to the rookie. So I mean, when you look at it from that perspective, I think that they're fine. What I wanted to talk about was Kareem. What was it? Kareem Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, he was just suspended for 5 games because of dirty plays or whatever. I see both sides of it. Obviously, the players on his team don't feel he's dirty. Players on the opposite team don't feel he's dirty. He's a headhunter. He wants to make a play. But I also see the other side of it because you have to protect not just the other players around you, but you gotta protect that player too. And some of the plays that he's done has been dangerous. What are y'all thoughts on the suspension?
I'm glad you said headhunting. Pause, because that's the first word that came to my head, but I thought of it. Pause. I was crazy. But I don't think he's dirty. I think he's just in the wrong era of football. Like, bro, same thing with Vontez Burfict. Same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago, we'd have been going crazy. Well, like 10 years ago, we would have been going crazy for them hits. But, like, bro, you know it's an offensive league now. You just came back from suspension from doing it, and you trying to kill this man. Cool. I like the physicality. I like all that, too. Because people don't understand. When you hit someone like that, you putting your body on the line, too. So it's a different type of toughness cycle. Look at Bob Sanders. This man didn't even make regular tackles. He ran 20 yards from the safety position and hit whoever, even the refs sometimes. He ain't care, but he was always hurt. Like that, them big booms, you putting your body on the line too. But long story short, he got to be smarter. He got to protect. Now you suspended mad games, mad money is taken out of your paycheck. You got to be smarter.
Yeah,
but he was definitely in the wrong. Especially you just came off a suspension and then do it again. You definitely in the wrong. You ain't learned nothing.
And you're definitely in the wrong for number one. It's not like he was going head on with Derrick Henry. Like that was Josh Dobbs. That was, you know what I'm saying, a indefensive quarterback in that position. You know what I'm saying? He was already in the process of about to go down. There was no need to launch and make that tackle. Pause. But those are my feelings.
No, I mean, I definitely agree. Like I said, I see both. I see both sides of it. I see as a defender, you want to make impact plays. You want to turn the tides, and I feel like that hit kind of did turn the tides because they ended up going on a scoring drive and kicking the field goal and winning the game. So I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, and I don't think that particular style of tackle. I mean, he could have did something else to
he could have punched the ball. He could have just punched the ball out.
There's other things to do to turn the game around and gain momentum, instead of trying to take a player out. So it's tough, man. It's tough. And then you got to also look at the kind of history behind Sean Payton as well, with hitting and Bounty Gate and stuff like that. I know. What I'm saying is, I'm sure the league took that into consideration in the suspension of him. I'm not saying that it should have. I'm just saying I'm sure that's it. That because 5 games is egregious. I think he only had a 1-game suspension, and now it's a 5-game suspension. So I mean, it is a little egregious.
Nah, that's being habitual. You go to jail the first time, you get locked up for the same exact thing. You're not getting the same time. You get more time because you ain't learning your lesson the first time. That's being a habitual offender. If I go to jail for killing somebody, I get 15 years, get out and kill that person's cousin. I'm not getting 15 years again. Now I'm getting 25 more because I'm stupid. I ain't learned my lesson. He ain't learned his lesson. He gonna learn his lesson. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully he does.
All right, let's move on to the Jets at the Bills. Bills finally pull out what I like to say, convincing victory against a really, really good defense.
You gotta stop dragging that, bro.
Yeah,
you have to stop dragging that.
I try not to say that. I try to leave it alone.
Go on. Good. But you gotta stop dragging.
Finally pull out.
Anyways, it was a convincing victory over a really good defense. How do y'all feel about? Well, twofold question. First question is, why pull Zach Wilson out of the game this far into the season, this far into the game? Why pull him then to put in somebody else that did the exact same thing Zach Wilson was doing? And secondly, are the Bills riding the ship, or are we still shaky on them?
I mean, it was a good win, definitely a good division win, but it's the Jets. They should have beat them the first time if Josh Allen didn't give Winfield 3 picks. I think we was actually recording live, right? Wasn't we recording during that game?
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
I mean, well, for the Zach Wilson thing, they done with him. Like it's clear they done with him. 82 yards.
Do you think? Sorry to cut you off, but do you think they totally rattled his confidence? Because I mean, this is the third time in 3 years.
His confidence.
Well, I'm talking about even coming into the season, like coming into the season, having his confidence rattled, and then this. Does this ultimately like get him off the team? Like he's done.
Yeah, I think they finally gave up on him. It's been clear, but Zach Wilson, I feel bad for him. I think he had the physical tools and all that, but he is chicken fried butt cheeks. He's not good at all. They should have been gave up on him. I understood why they rolled with him because they selected him second overall and they just want to see what they got and all that. But they gave up on him when they benched him last year, when they traded for A-Rod, when like they only ran with him this year because they said they didn't want to spend no more money or give up no more draft picks. So they didn't want to go out to get somebody, which is stupid because they could have got Carson or whatever. And then B, it's really because of his draft status. That's what it really. If he was a 7th rounder, they would have been gave up on him. So I think, I mean, I can't really judge. What's the quarterback name? Boyle. I think it was Boyle.
Tim Boyle.
Yeah, I can't really. It's hard to jump in the game and just take over because there's no the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like the plays drawn up for that team and all that throughout the whole week. That quarterback wasn't practicing that. The play's not made for him. It was made for Zach Wilson. So it's hard to jump in the game and all that. So let him practice with the first team so I play next week. All you gotta do is be a game manager with the Jets, bro. The Jets, if they had a good game manager, they can win games, win more games, I guess. But they just need a game manager.
Carson on that team would have been fire.
Yeah, bro, I agree.
I think Carson on that team would have been fire.
You seen Tariq Woodland telling him that he was a legend and all that? It was kind of weird, but Tariq Woodland, after they played the Rams, Tariq Woodland, the second-year corner, he went up to Carson and dad, and he was like, bro, I'm not trying to be a fangirl right now, but you a legend and this and that. Well, he walked up to him and said, damn, you biggest selling person. That was crazy when he said that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Carson said, I'm supposed to.
Repeated it.
You're not supposed to be. Because Carson is like 6'6".
Yeah, he's mad old.
But yeah, so they that goes
to the second part of the question though. Is the Bills still shaking on the Bills?
Who they just fired? The offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
See, they got some confidence. Josh Allen, he 3 touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? Got his swagger back. They starting to run the ball some more. You see Lil Dalvin James getting some touches and all that. The Bills hot right now, man. They can't wait to next week. They putting a spanking on the team.
They play us next week. But go ahead, Troy.
That when he can't even open the eye.
Yeah, it's a lighting. It looked like my eyes. I was trying to see a lot.
Go ahead, Troy.
Two-part question, right? Zach Wilson, the first one.
Yeah.
Zach been done, like EG said. Zach, I just applaud the way he's handled the entire situation. Them going out, getting A-Rod, throwing him into the fire. You know what I'm saying? He still handled that situation as best as he could.
From him. He was genuinely learning from him and stuff. So that's
I think that says a lot. But it's time for a new scenery, bro. The Jets ruined him. I don't think he's ever going to be a competent quarterback in the league now because he's ruined. But I think he had the tools coming out. Like Zach has the tools. He has the arm. He's mobile. He's accurate. He just got fucked up in New York. But it's time for him to go. It's time for a change of scenery. He needs a veteran coach.
Can we name one quarterback that is good from New York?
Mark Sanchez.
That they've drafted?
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez had a wool.
Bro, they hate Mark Sanchez, but that's been their best quarterback in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, what he did, he went to 2 AFC championship games.
Yeah,
he did.
One as a rookie.
It was also on the strength of the defense. He was a game manager. He was a good game manager.
Great game manager, though.
Yeah.
On the second part of that, the Bills, the game does not change how I feel about them, bro.
Even doing that against the top 5 defense?
No, because the Jets can be run on. They can be run on. It's like they're not elite in that regard. And they're still the Jets. You know what I'm saying? The Bills were supposed to win that game. They did it. Okay, hats off. But now they got to finish out, run the table, and show that they're a contender again. And Josh still threw an interception.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez stats is so nasty. I didn't even know they was this bad. Yo,
I told you
it's crazy.
I told you it was off the strength of that defense.
Yo,
Rex Ryan had that defense flying. It was the defense. He was just a really good game manager.
The best he played was 26 and 18. Yo, nah. Let me delete this in my history because I don't want that to pop on my phone.
Moving forward to the Bucks at the 49ers. Do the 49ers really are they truly elite, legit elite? Outside of the defense, is Purdy that elite?
I think Purdy with Shanahan's system, I think he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't like the Niners at all. Like after that crying all off season and all that, I've been like, I don't even like to talk about them. It's almost like I almost have a little bit more hatred for them this year than I do the Cowboys. But Purdy, like I said, the thing is with Purdy, I had to like argue with people like they were trying to put him top 5 already. Relax. Like like the thing about the NFL is the value of where you get drafted changes everything. People who get drafted high, they can be trashed for a long time and get a lot of rope and get on mad different teams, mad opportunities. And
case in point, I'm gonna let you finish. Case in point, Zach Wilson and Brock Purdy. You flipped them.
Exactly.
You flipped them, and it's a completely different conversation. We got
yeah, but boom, you flipped them, and
Zach Wilson top 5. Everybody, Zach, because I think Zach will go crazy on the Niners.
Because I think Zach Wilson will go be fire on the 49ers.
I think Zach Wilson should.
I think any quarterback you put in Shanahan's system will be fire. To be honest, you put Josh Dobbs in that system, it's gonna be fire. It's a really nice system. The way that they run their system is good for any quarterback that can throw the good intermediate accurate throws. You don't have to be a gunslinger and throwing the ball 60 yards down the field to play on the 49ers. You just need to throw the ball in between the numbers, 20 yards tops.
You got two of the top security blankets in the league on your team. You got McCaffrey and Kittle, two of the best safety blankets in the league.
And you're not even technically 3 because Ayuk is right there too.
Brandon Ayuk was nasty.
Ayuk is right there. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you all you need to do in his system is have accurate passes and intermediate throws. That's it.
I push back on that because I've watched Trey Lance in that system, and that system was broken. That system had milk spilled in it.
But that system, I feel like the system is not fully built for a mobile quarterback.
It wasn't built for Trey. They had him now, like you said, the system is built for short and intermediate passes. With Trey, that nigga was firing it all the 30, 40 yards down the field.
Yeah.
And that's why he looked the way he looked, because every play they had him dropping back, play action, and throwing deep passes. That's not that system only works because if you look at the system, it's like broken mesh routes. It's like there's a lot of intermediate to short, shallow passes, and it's quick decisions. So it's like, all right, so Ayuk is coming over the middle. I don't have him here, but I have Kittle on a curl in, and I'll probably have Caffrey on the flats. So it's quick progressions. Let me go through quick progressions, get the ball out, accurate, quick, and in the intermediate area. It's not built for.
It's a little off topic. Quick question though. So the Jets are 4-6.
Yeah.
All right. Take Zach Wilson out. Drop down Trey Lance. What do you think their record will be?
Where?
Trey in
on
the Jets
in New York
right now.
Trey in New York. Right now. I think they'd be like 5-5.
Like they traded for him, or he got drafted there.
Either or, just copy and paste them in the.
If he got traded there, I will put them at like 5-5 right now.
Yeah, if he got drafted there,
I would too, because that system is better built for Trey Lance.
Yeah, like the Cowboys.
Garrett Wilson could take the top off of defense. Him and Trey would connect beautifully. I think they would connect perfectly. So
I feel like the Cowboys system, well, not the West Coast system, because now they're running the West Coast and it's a little bit better. That's more of a Dak Purdy, Dak and Purdy kind of offense where the intermediate and stuff like that. But the last year's offense with Trey Lance in Dallas, that's a system built for Trey.
Yeah, I don't disagree with nothing. I was literally just curious because I don't think if
he was drafted there, it would be different. I can't really look at it from from that perspective, only because of what we've seen from the Jets throughout the previous years. Now, if he was traded for, if they traded for him at the beginning of the year and they had him and Rodgers, and Rodgers went down, I'll put the Jets at like 5-5 right now.
I don't think there's many quarterbacks.
I think Trey Lance could win them 1 or 2 more games. At most, I'll put them at 6-4.
Trey Lance in college is him, bro. Give him some time. I didn't give up on him yet. Give him some time.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. You're looking at a Jets team that doesn't give their quarterback time. That's why I don't really put a lot of stock into Zach, because a lot of it is the confidence that was already shaken from him from the not only the coaching staff but the front office.
Well,
and then secondly, that line.
Even when they block, Zach has made some egregious plays. A lot of stupid plays. His accuracy has been dirt.
But again, that goes off for the confidence. 80% of being a quarterback is having the confidence that you can make.
It goes off the coaching too. He doesn't trust what he sees, and if the coaches aren't breaking down the game for him and making it easier for him, then they're failing him too.
That's a fact.
You notice he plays better when Aaron Rodgers is on the field.
I was about to say that. You know, it's funny, because I was just about to go back to Hard Knocks. That's Zach Wilson too, because Aaron Rodgers be telling him like, "Yo, him, if not take off running," or he's like him. He's like, "Yo, it was I don't know if it was, I think it was the preseason game when he threw the ball down on like Gibson or something." Aaron Rodgers said, "Look at him," and then throw the go route. And Zach Wilson did that, and it was like a 40-yard gain. I think it's a lot of Zach Wilson too. I think he has the arms. I just don't think he's from the shoulders up. I don't think he knows what he's doing, knows what he's seeing. Maybe being in bum ass BYU.
But you have to put that on coaching, because your job as a coach is to go into the film room and try to understand what your quarterback is seeing.
You could put on coaching too, but I'm also putting on that, like, he's been in the league for a few years now.
Bro, he plays better. I've seen better play out of him when Aaron Rodgers is on the field with the headset on. The games that Aaron Rodgers is not on that sideline with the headset on, he looks trash.
Okay, so you're saying Aaron Rodgers is better than the multiple coaches Zach Wilson had?
I think so, because
I think A-Rod is making the game simple for him. I think that's as a
quarterback seeing everything. Yeah, exactly, I believe.
Yeah, but I feel like that's on Zach Wilson too. Like, how simple does the game have to? Making it more simple is cool.
It's true,
but like, how simple do you have to make the game for like a 3rd or 4th year quarterback?
It's true too. That's true.
3 or 4 years, you're supposed to get paid by now, and they're supposed to give you the keys. Like,
but this is his 3rd year though, isn't it?
I think
he was injured. He was injured his first year. He got benched the second year, and then this year he got benched again. So at the end of the day, I think his confidence was already shaken. I think his confidence was shaken going into his rookie year. He got injured in his rookie year. He played really good in the 2 games that he appeared in. Then he got injured. Then he doesn't come back to the end of the season. Then everybody's talking about Mike White. He goes into the second season. He gets benched for the quarterback that everybody's talking about. Then he goes into his 3rd season, and they have Aaron Rodgers. There's a psychological problem with Zach Wilson right now.
Let me break it down to you though. Mad similar. Zach Wilson was 2nd pick. Carson Wentz 2nd pick. His confidence was fully broken. Whether it was the concussion he caught in the Seahawks in the playoff game that nobody talks about, that's probably why his career went down. So Carson, after the Colts, even though he was like 27-7, he went to the Washington. He was doing his thing. He got hurt. His confidence, he threw a couple of picks. His confidence was shaken. He's never looked this bad. That's not confidence. But Zach Wilson is not just confidence. That's that's ass. Carson confidence. He was the best quarterback in the league at one point. Literally 1 point, like one season, 1 point. But he's the best quarterback in the league, and his confidence and everything, confidence from his injuries and all that, made him a worse quarterback. But he's never looked this bad. Zach Wilson looked like he should play another position, like another sport. This is one of the worst quarterbacks.
I mean, but he could be a late bloomer like Geno. I mean, Geno, another quarterback drafted by the Jets.
Geno still showed flashes, bro.
Listen, Geno, another quarterback drafted by the Jets.
Geno showed his flashes, bro.
And Zach hasn't shown flashes.
Game manager, bro.
Zach hasn't shown flashes. Zach has shown flashes. It's just been wildly inconsistent.
Zach Cunningham? You're not talking about Zach Wilson.
All right, let's move on. Giants at Commanders. Are you surprised that Mr. Lasagna won the game against the Commanders?
Mommy DeVito, mommy, get the chicken cutlets ready. Yo, they went.
Yo, did you see when he threw the touchdown?
Let me get a quick shot.
He was like this.
Yeah,
He doing
yeah.
touchdown. He was like this.
I hope he's doing a lot of that this weekend, but we're gonna get into that later. I hope he looks like the second coming of Brady this weekend. But
Actually, it's hilarious.
that was a game that took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. I had the Commanders.
I thought the Commanders
completely
were gonna smoke. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I seen DeVito play in college. That boy is trash. So what he showed Sunday, that's just a flash in the pan, or he's developing into something.
Or it's a divisional game and he just got into the hype with everybody else on the team. I mean, divisional games go either way, man. Look at Sam Howell against the Eagles. It looks like Tom Brady.
I don't know, but that man is trash. So that was a good win by the Giants, a great win by the Giants actually, because it helps helps out certain team with draft position.
Yeah,
but that was a good win.
Good game plan, great coaching. I'm not mad at none. Saquon put the team on his back. That's always.
He did that. I think that out route to get the touchdown.
Beautiful
hands.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I like this game. I did. I didn't expect the outcome out of it. I thought, obviously we all are on a consensus that the Giants should at this point tank, go forward, let Danny Jones heal and all that. Can we bring up one subject, EG? Because we have some friends that are Giants fans that are under the assumption that the Giants are going to go into this draft and draft a quarterback. Let's Troy. So there's this one person in particular, Andrew, in our group chat. And he feels that the Giants they have an out with Danny Jones in 2025, 2 years from now, but they're going to draft their quarterback this season.
They might. It's not far-fetched. They could do what the Packers do all the time with their first-round quarterbacks.
I don't think
and sit them under Danny next year.
They're going to draft a quarterback in the first round.
It's not far-fetched. You have a fifth-year option with the quarterback in the first round, which makes it even more likely.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see them draft. First of all, you're asking for a Carson Wentz situation.
If they have a position, if they're in a position, hold on. If they're in a position, I think they only take a quarterback if they're in a position to get Kleb or Drake May. They're not gonna reach for one of the quarterbacks in the first round. But if Kleb Williams is there, if they fuck around and get the first round number 1 pick, and you can get Kleb Williams, I think they take it.
First of all, what they need is weapons. Period. If you get the first or second round pick and you pass on Marvin Harrison,
that's what I want.
If you pass on Marv, bro, you're dumb. The Giants organization, top to bottom, don't know what they're doing when it comes to draft picks, when it comes to evaluating talent in the free agency market. They just don't know what to do going forward.
So why don't you think they'll take a quarterback?
Get more weapons.
Even more of a reason that they'll take a quarterback.
Because they just paid Danny Dimes. I don't think the Packers did it twice. It luckily worked out for them the first time. But it was more so. It was back then when they took Aaron Rodgers, it was a thing. Draft the rookie, sit a rookie.
Yeah.
You see how Jordan Love looked. They're gonna get rid of that boy soon. He is booty cheeks. So they just paid Danny Dimes. They knew the draft class was coming up. They should have waited, they should have whatever. But I don't think Danny Dimes is that bad. Now, Caleb Williams, he's not going to be better than Caleb Williams. So everybody think Caleb Williams, I'm a little iffy on him. I ain't going to lie. He's a little shaky.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not sold on. I'm more sold on Drake May than I am Caleb Williams.
I like my boy from Washington.
I'm not big on him either. Pause.
I don't know. I'm big on Shador. I think Shador is going to be a star.
Shador's not coming out this year.
I know he's not, but I'm big on Shador and I'm big on Drake May. I think Drake May has more tools than probably any quarterback coming into the draft this year.
But I'm big on 40-year-old Bo Nix. That boy, he might come in here.
But JJ McCarthy, everybody looking over JJ.
I forgot about JJ, yeah, but I don't know. I still like Drake May better.
Bo Nix, I like Bo Nix too. He's just old as hell. He's like 50. But the Giants, they'd be stupid to draft a quarterback because that's not your biggest need. You have a lot of needs in the team. That's not your biggest need. I would like to leave Marvin Harrison Jr. or even I think it's the lineman of Penn State. Like there's some weapons that they really need. I wouldn't even draft the lineman in my first round. I would go straight for receivers.
I would too. I would too. If you end up with a top 5 pick and you pass on Marvin Harrison, there's something wrong with that organization. Or even the kid from LSU that's been balling, that has similar numbers to Marvin right now. I forget his name. But at the end of the day, like you need weapons. You don't pay a quarterback and see what he's made of without giving him the weapons to see what he's made of.
It's unfair. It's hell. And they have to get Marvin Harrison Jr. Like,
no, they have to. If not him, somebody else. At the end of the day, they either get a receiver. I would look into getting the tight end in Georgia. There's options for them to go out and get weapons. It depends. It depends on how many picks they have in the first round. If they move back and they get another, like it really all depends.
Is it Brockers?
Brockers.
Yeah, no, Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. I wouldn't get him in the first round though. Well, if I'm the Giants,
I would if I was the Eagles and he falls to us.
He is going to go in the top 10. Though.
That would be like a luxury for us.
Yeah,
the Giants need a receiver.
Yeah, no, but they need Marvin Harrison. They need the kid from LSU. They need the other kid from Washington. The kid from Michigan. There's a lot of wide receivers coming into this draft that can make an impact in New York. They need to go and find them. If not, honestly, you could do out of free agency. But they need to surround him with weapons to see what you have out of Daniel Jones. You don't pay a quarterback and not give him weapons and not see what he's made of.
Honestly, I really feel like this draft class of quarterbacks is really going to turn out to be just like the draft class from 2 years ago, or 3 years ago,
2020
with Trevor's draft class. Trevor, Justin, Zach,
Hurts,
Mac. I feel like I'm not sold on any of these quarterbacks this year. I'm really not. I think Kleb is overhyped. I think he's way overhyped. He's generational. He looks like he's Kyler Murray. He's nothing that Kyler Murray isn't. You know what I'm saying? Kyler's better than him, I think.
Thank you.
You feel me? So
that's what I compared him to.
JJ, Drake May, Penix looks like Kellen Mond. Like I'm just not sold on all of them, bro. I'm just not. I'm telling you, I'm not sold.
So, what's his name?
Kellen Mond.
Nah, the Washington quarterback.
Big Penix energy, bro.
Moving on. Charges at the Packers. That's a twofold question. It's a twofold question. I heard ex-player say that when Herbert comes through, the Chargers defense doesn't come through for him. When the Chargers defense comes through for him, Herbert doesn't come through for them. Where's the fine balance with Herbert? Because with this team and the roster that they currently have rostered and structured, they should be an elite team. They should be a top 5 team in the AFC right now. What's their major issue? Is it coaching or is it Herbert?
Both. The roster has been fired for mad long. They consistently give up.
Well, you have a defensive minded head coach in Lemonface.
Yeah, but then you have an offensive genius and
you have an offensive genius at offensive coordinator. But honestly, when you have a defense like that, I mean, there's no slouches on defense. I mean, they have a really good defense as well. The defense has been letting down as well. I'm not playing all the stock behind Herbert because Herbert has looked at times pedestrian this season. But this Packers game, I don't think it was all Herbert.
Herbert don't got that it factor to me. He don't got that.
Like the dog in him.
Nah, and like, how can I explain it? Jalen Hurts. You watch Jalen Hurts, like, mind you, their careers, did they get drafted the same year? Not that Hurts the year before.
No, they all got drafted in the same year. Herbert, Burrow. They all got drafted the same year.
Now, when it's said and done, I think Herbert numbers compared to Hurts is going to be not even close, probably double his numbers. But I feel like Hurts is going to have more playoff wins, more championships, more whatever, however you slice it, because they're just two different type of players. Herbert, to me, is going to be like a stat pattern. He'll have like a stat and pattern career.
He's going to be Dak.
Basically. Probably better, though, but basically. But Herbert,
I agree with that.
dog. He don't make enough plays. I don't even know. Like Hurts, you can see it when the game is slipping away or whatever. You see that switch, and he just start running and putting his shoulder down. And Carson even had it too. That's how Carson got hurt.
Yeah.
Trevor just don't seem like he cares. I mean, the other white boy with the hair,
Herbert.
Justin
Herbert.
Justin.
He just
I'm gonna let you finish because I agree with that. Because I feel like if you flip Hurts and Herbert, the Eagles are not 9-1 right now. If you put Justin Herbert on that team, bro, I feel like 6-4.
What would you put the Chargers record maybe with their roster? What hurts?
Yeah, right now, like if they was to flip.
No, I'm saying, what would you put the Chargers record?
Oh, with Hurts? I give them 9-1. Yeah, I would.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
But go ahead, EG. My fault.
No, yeah, same. Herbert, I think he's gonna have to show me something. I need to see more. I can see the stats. I can see all that. I need to see more moments from him. Moments. I need him to finish his food. I need to see more moments. The defense is ass. You know your defense is ass. I don't know why or how the defense is ass. The roster is fire. But cool, your defense ass, light it up. Put up 99 every game.
That's valid. I agree.
All right, moving on.
Jordan Love ass though.
Justin Fields makes his debut. They had the game in hand. They was gonna win. And somebody that they said didn't have an it factor, had an it factor, came out and ended up winning this thing. And I'm talking about Jared Goff. This was a good game. This was a really good game.
Yeah, that's my seat.
Do you guys feel that play calling ultimately ended this game for the Bears? Because I mean the screen passes. I think they had like 4 back-to-back screen passes at one point. They get into the fourth quarter. They're not moving the ball. They're not running it. They're not doing anything significant to try to close out the game. They just, we're just gonna lose this game.
It started off that way. His Golf threw Matt. What did he throw? Like 3 picks?
3.
Yeah.
It just started off bad. I think obviously once momentum is big, bro. So once you come out and you start a game that flat, that slow, it carries over. No matter how you try to rebound, certain teams can overcome it. The great teams can overcome it. I don't think the Lions are built that way.
Well, if the Lions come out like that on the Eagles, Cowboys, 49ers, they're going to get jumped on. That's why I don't feel like going into the playoffs, they're going to be a factor. They look good. They're young. They're coached really well by Dan Campbell. But at the end of the day, when they go into the playoffs, it's a different atmosphere. And I just think that they don't have everything fully together. I still feel give them another year.
Yeah, their defense to me was better last year than it is this year.
I agree.
But I agree with y'all 0%. The Lions, they got that dog in them. And the thing about the Lions, their D line is fire or good, very good. Everybody behind the D line is okay to mediocre, but they just got that effort, they got that motor, and they're good on the trenches, and that's gonna carry them. O line, D line, the Lions could light it up, throwing the ball. They got Gibbs is getting his stride now. They about to be dangerous, bro. That running game with Montgomery and Gibbs is getting crazy. And
but you take away the running game, lock them up. I mean, they're pedestrian. That's why I feel like going against an elite team, if they go against the Cowboys, they go against the 49ers, they go against the Eagles, it's not going to be a high-flying game. It's going to be a slow grinding out type of game.
First of all, you got to take away the running.
You think that the Lions could beat out the Cowboys or the 49ers?
I'm not going to calling their offense pedestrian is a stretch because
I'm not saying if you could lock up the run game, it will be pedestrian.
They have playmakers.
First of all, you have to lock up a run. You can't just say lock up a running game. You have to lock it up. You're talking about 2 different running backs. And if they play the Eagles, it's no doubt in my mind they'll probably light us up. Our DBs haven't been playing that good. Now, we did last night or Monday night, whatever that was, but they can easily light us up. And St. Brown is still a dog.
I didn't put the Eagles in there for a reason. I was talking about Cowboys and 49ers.
You said Niners, Cowboys, Eagles.
Well, I'm saying as far as them going against us, but in playoffs. I'm talking about as far as the Cowboys and the 49ers, those are two good defenses with good good secondaries, and really good defensive lines. So at the end of the day, I feel like if you could stop the run,
I'm putting all my money on the Lions, and I guarantee they'll be the favorites. And they're probably gonna be in Detroit.
Well, I think they'll be the favorites of the Cowboys, but I don't know about the 49ers, bro.
Niners, they defense showed me that they can, you know what I'm saying? Their defense could be scored on. Now, offensively and all that, if they could stop McCaffrey, that's different. But my whole thing was they was losing like 14 or 17 zip or whatever it was in the division opponent in the cold, golf playing horrible, and they still came back and win. I can respect that because it's like the game is going shitty, but we didn't roll over and just be like, it is whatever.
Well, I still think it was more the Bears' loss than it was the Lions, because I mean, when you look at it, it was a safety, four straight screen passes. They didn't do any. It's like they was playing to lose instead of playing to win.
What happened on the safety? The D line had to get there.
What's his face coming off the Hutchinson coming off the edge?
They got that dog in them. The defense had to get there. You know what I'm saying? They was throwing screens because the pressure was getting to them. Now you can get more creative with the screens and all that. That's another subject for a different topic we want to talk about. But they had to throw. The D line was getting there. They didn't give up. They didn't roll over. You was getting spanked by a division opponent. Didn't roll over. Your quarterback threw 3 picks, was horrible, and y'all won the game. I can respect that. In the cold. And one thing like I said, their trench play on both sides can easily carry them further into the playoffs.
Do you think that they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because the NFC, I don't think the NFC is that good. There's 2.5 teams.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
Yeah, think about it. Think about if they play the Cowboys, Eagles play the Niners, right? So
I think they could beat the Cowboys. I think they can. I don't think they could beat the Eagles or the 49ers.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But they easily could. I mean, if the Eagles and Niners one of us can eliminate each other, and they just beat the Cowboys. Now all they got to do is beat one team, and they go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cowboys at Panthers. Was this another like 2-part question? How can we measure? I get that you can only go for the teams that you play in front of you, but how can you measure the true strength of a team going against bottom teams and putting up numbers? Like, is that more of a indictment of the team that you're going against, or is it more of we're just a really good team punching on a really bad team?
Well, you just answered it right there. It's the team is bad. The team is bad. We know that. But you can only play who is in front of you. And if you punch on them, then that's all you can do. That's the most dominant way, and it boosts your confidence. You just punched on them. You ain't win. You ain't have to come back on them and all that. You punched on the bad. If it's a bad team, you should punch on them. And when you do punch on them, you walk out super confident.
Facts. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. This game went how it was supposed to go. It was another fed him to the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. I hate staying on the Cowboys, but anyways, Eagles at Chiefs. Chiefs looked like they was gonna pull this out. Eagles was doing everything to lose this game. Somehow the Eagles found a way, won the game. Let's talk about it. We'll start with Troy because I have a lot to say.
Before we get into this, we ain't gonna touch on pause. We ain't gonna talk about my boy CJ.
Did he look good against that game? Because he didn't look that good.
He did. He looked great. He threw 3 picks, but he still looked great. He still won the game.
CJ. I'm thinking. Why am I thinking? Bryce. Yeah, I was thinking about Bryce. Yeah, I was thinking about Bryce, not CJ. No, I mean,
Panthers was too, and that's why they look like that.
I mean, 3 picks doesn't, and that's another thing with golf. I mean, you throw 3 picks and you still got out a win. I mean, it was you could tell that we've been saying it all season long with CJ. He has the same it factor in him currently that Hurts has. He's a great leader. He shows poise. He shows poise in adversity, and then on top of that, he's playing Moneyball and doing it successfully. Can
we give it up for my son Mustafa? I was just thinking about how D'Amico Ryans was an Eagle, and we watched him as a linebacker. He was a Texan, and he's a first-year head coach. I think he's 39.
He should get coach of the year. My
And
opinion.
no, he should not.
Hands down.
He should not because Nick.
Yes, he
Sirianni,
should.
Why
they
not?
got to stop fronting on Nick Sirianni because he's not even in the top.
Bro. Historically, they give coach of the year to coaches
To the most improved
turnaround
player.
teams.
Sirianni's not getting it. Y'all just went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He's not getting it.
And if he was gonna get coach of the year, he would have got it last year.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
They
that's
gave
why
it to the Bowl because the Bowl turned around the Giants.
Belichick only got one coach of the year in his career.
Sirianni turned
That's what I'm
around.
saying. They only give it.
Yeah, I agree. He should have got it last year. This year he should get it because they fronted on him last year. He's been the most dominant coach.
Nah,
in the last 2 years.
I think the two coaches that deserve coach of the year is Dan Campbell and D'Amico Ryans, and I think D'Amico Ryans is one. Where with Dan Campbell right after.
Why does
I
Dan
don't
Campbell?
know about Dan.
Why does he deserve it?
Because he make them.
He's another one who should have got it last year.
That's what I'm saying. He just.
I don't know. I think the Bowl deserved it last year too. He led his team to the playoffs. He got them in position. He had them boys playing last year. This year is a totally different story. But last year, I think that he did deserve it.
They went to the playoffs by default. Like the whole division.
They still went to the playoffs
By default, it's like us in 2020. Was that one? We went to the playoffs by default. We was ass. We shouldn't even.
Yeah, that division was ridiculous.
That's
Historically trash. Like,
yeah,
it was.
It was terrible. They need to stop fronting on Nick Sirianni and put some respect on him.
He's not going to get coach of the year, bro.
He's been the most dominant coach.
Historically, they do not give coach of the year to teams that are Super Bowl bound or just went to the Super Bowl last year and still carrying it over. If that was the case, Andy Reid should have won it 4 times in a row. Like
he only got one. I think he only got it once in his career. Belichick only got it once.
He only got it once a year, bro. They give coach of the year to the coaches that normally is first or second year coaches that could turn around the culture in their team and get these boys playing. I'm not mad at D'Amico. I think D'Amico Ryan has done a fantastic job given Houston's reputation and the past seasons that they've had. Nobody expected Houston to be in the playoff picture. They're in the playoff picture currently. Nobody expects them to be right where they are, and they're there.
Because the AFC is also mad even, so it's not as good.
Even still, at the beginning of the season, if you was to tell me that CJ Stroud was going to be taking a team
they've beaten playoff teams, it's not like they've beaten up on. You know what I'm saying? They beat the Steelers. They've beaten the Bengals. They've beaten.
That's why I clapped it up.
Good teams.
That's why I clapped it up because they're super competitive, but then they're like a 500 team in a playoff hunt.
It doesn't matter. They've beaten good teams. They've beaten good teams, and D'Amico Ryan has completely turned around the culture of that team. D'Amico Ryan's, in my opinion, even if they lose the rest of the season, he's still coach of the year to me.
I love D'Amico Ryan. That's my guy.
That's my boy.
I don't care. Nick Sirianni needs a coach of the year. They gonna stop fronting on him.
Well, go ahead, Trey, man. Let's talk about this game, man.
I just have flashbacks because it was wild as I used to have a D'Amico's Ryan jersey. That is crazy. 55 Texans jersey. Crazy.
You hear that, Mario? Mm-hmm.
I did. I'm a historian. What we getting into? The Eagles and Chiefs?
Yeah, Eagles and Chiefs.
Talk about it.
Game is crazy. That game was crazy. Clap it up for the best team in the league. Philly, whenever you can win a game against Patty Mahomes with Hurts not throwing a touchdown pass, as elite. Is elite.
What do you mean?
I think it's scary that the Eagles aren't even a finished product, just like Jalen said at the end of the game. That is scary, bro. On the flip side of that, the Chiefs are doomed, bro. I think the Chiefs are doomed. They were doomed. They proved it week 1. When none of the receivers could hold on to the football, and it came back to bite them in the ass again Monday night. Like, that was horrible. It went down, not just the receivers, not just the wide receivers, but even Travis Kelce. Patty's most reliable receiver was dropping the football. Like, he looked like a fucking monster stole his talent.
Yeah.
The fumble, the hitting him in the fingertips, dropping crucial clutch passes.
He had 2 big drops, crucial drops.
Crucial.
First downs.
Crucial. To the point where I thought he was just trying to let Jason get that win. Just to give it back to him. I thought he just wanted to give Mom and Jason, like, you know what I'm saying? Here's your victory. Because it was crazy. Like, he looked off. But I felt bad for
because
Pat
Taylor
because
Swift wasn't
he was
gonna-
making throws that, you know what I'm saying? It was a little bit on Pat too, because a little bit of his
a little
pass.
bit on Taylor Swift.
Say that one more time. Don't say that again. Stop bringing up that name,
I
bro.
don't know that at all, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but go ahead. My fault.
Don't say that name, man.
I mess with Taylor Swift's music, but I'm tired of hearing her like Travis.
Only
Kelce
Swift I want to hear about DeAndre, but go ahead.
First ballot Hall of Famer before you even.
That's the only Swift we respect.
That's the only stuff I want to talk about, DeAndre. But go ahead.
But again, that was a game where the Chiefs dominated the first half. Got to give it up to them. That defense dominated.
Both sides of the trenches.
Dominated. And that's what I had on my ticket. I had Chiefs money line first half, Eagles for the game. But
I like that.
The second half was just the Eagles making adjustments, shutting them out. 7 points is what the Cowboys and the Chiefs put up in the second half.
6 points.
6 points.
6 points
Combined. Crazy.
Before I let EG go, I'm just gonna get small round. I'm gonna talk about the good, and I'm gonna say what I have to say about the matter of fact, I'm gonna get my bad out right now. First half was horrible. They came out flat.
They
came out scared. They came out like they was like it almost looked like a Super Bowl hangover type of game where they was they was thinking about the Super Bowl and it was flat. It was completely flat. I've never seen the Eagles get out physical on both the offensive and defensive line. I've never seen that out of it, at least this season. They've in every single game, we've been the more physical team in the trenches. This game, it just felt like we was ready to lay an egg, sit on it, hatch a chick, call it a chicken. Like it was. I'm I just thought about that. I'm gonna coin that, man. But yeah, man, it looked bad. Now, credit to the coaching because let me stay with the bad. Brian Johnson, I don't understand. Now I'm talking to you, Brian. I'm talking to you. I don't understand these quarterback draws. When everybody and their mother in the stadium knows it's coming, you have to be more creative with these quarterback draws. Certain plays, yeah, cool. I'm all for it. Call
3rd and 7.
But yes, thank you. Why are you calling? Why? First of all, we had a 3rd and 2, and we didn't even run our most successful short yardage play in the world. Like it's unstoppable. 3rd and 2, and instead you want to do a halfback draw. It's the play calling killed me. Now,
let me hold on before you go into your second one. Don't knock him for the QB draws because the QB draw on 3rd and 7 was ridiculous, but then they went right back to it and Jalen scored a touchdown on it.
Yeah, but that's
or like twice in
that's in the red zone. That's in the red zone, and it was a 2nd down. I'm not mad at it being on a 2nd down, but when you're doing it on a 3rd down, one, you're trying to catch the defense off balance. But the thing is, these teams are already preparing for stuff like that, and they're already looking at Jalen. You have a spy on Jalen because you're looking for the quarterback draw. And then how they're doing the quarterback draw is they're doing an empty backfield. So everybody and their mother already knows it's coming. If you're gonna do a quarterback draw or a quarterback power play, do it with I would say Gainwell or Boston Scott in the backfield, so it could be a lead blocker and pull Kelce to the left, pull Kelce to the right, either way. But let Kelce be a lead blocker and have Jalen follow. There's different ways where you could do the quarterback draw that's gonna be successful with Jalen Hurts, but you cannot do it 3rd and 7, empty backfield, and everybody and their mother knows it's coming. And then on top of that, Spag did a terrific job with all the exotic blitzes, and we did nothing to counteract it. Nothing at all. I think the only play, because if had AJ did the end route when it was supposed to be an end route, I think AJ would have still had a touchdown because he had beat him off the line. All you have to do is the end route. It ended up being a touchdown. He wanted to go route instead. It is what it is. But kudos to Sean Desai, because Sean Desai is a freaking wizard going into the halftime.
Take it back.
I I seen a tweet the other day that was like they should tell Sean Desai coming into the game that it's halftime. And then at halftime tell him it's overtime. Like he kudos to Sean Desai. Kudos to Jalen Hurts for seeing the field better, making the adjustments, making audibles. Because I guarantee you there was a quarterback draw and Jalen was like, no, I'm going over the top to I see something.
Do you know what it was? Jalen Hurts would switch them, that it factor. When he was down 10, Jalen Hurts said, F it. And
he's the best quarterback in the league down.
Yeah, no, you talking about he won like 10 games straight.
No. I'm just saying, period.
Yeah, they said that. I don't even like that stat.
This season, no, I'm saying just this season, he has the best QBR, the best completion percentage, the best touchdown to interception ratio when we are down. When we're up, it's iffy. But when we're down,
14 games straight when we're down 10 or some blah blah blah. Like I don't care about none of them stats because it's not a Jalen Hurts stat. That's a team stat. Jalen Hurts didn't punch the ball out. He didn't get the pick in the red zone. He didn't drop the passes that these dudes drop. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's why I was just talking about completely his stats. I'm not talking about because that stat is a team stat. I'm talking about as far as being down. He leads the league in touchdowns and QBR and completion percentage. He leads the league when they're down. That's all I'm saying.
I don't like anything. I like either you lead the league or you don't. You this, you that. I don't like the fourth quarter within 2 minutes. I don't like none of them subjective as stats. But boom, back to the game. Jalen Hurts. I don't know if the jitters was whatever it was, but Spags. He ran the same Trent McDuffie out the slot blitz 1,000 times,
and we did nothing to pick it up.
This man Jalen was running for his life. He still evades the pocket too often until that it factor kick in and he just like F it. Like that the pick he threw, that was one of his F it moments. He sat in there and that's why they got in his face. That's why he threw the pick, whatever. Cool.
No, he thought it was an in route. The pick that he threw, it was supposed to be an in route. And AJ beat him so bad off the line, he wanted to go.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying he threw the pick in the pocket. He didn't run out because it was
pressure. Yeah. He stood in the pocket and took the hit. Yeah.
Sean Desai, hats off to him because he treats almost like coordinating like a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He fills out the fighter for the first couple of rounds.
No game plan for the first half.
That's not basically.
There's no game plan.
I see what they do. And then the way he adjusts is crazy. Second of all, another shout out to Hassan Reddick. He was a menace last night. He didn't get that many sacks and all that, but he
showed up in other areas.
Field in so many different plays. He started on the left side and chased down Pat and all that. On the flip side, Josh Sweat was killing me because
Josh Sweat was being held, bro. That touchdown throw, the touchdown throw to Justin Watson, he was held.
Yes, he was held
the entire way. He was held. Him and Jalen Carter was held 90% of the time. That entire game.
Them too. That's part of the trenches. What was getting me mad was he getting held and Pat Mahomes throw the ball or whatever, and he's sitting there complaining to the ref while the play is going on. That shit drives me crazy.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, Pat was complaining too. Because Pat got away with the Fletcher Cox hit was not a roughing the passer.
I thought it was at first. It
wasn't. He threw the ball and he threw the ball. He was still.
I can see. Fletcher's supposed to catch him.
Coming back.
I know it sucks, but the extension of the arm is what gave him.
I can see it either
way. He extended his arms. He could have just ran into him.
When he first did it, I thought it was a pass interference. I can see it either way, but shit. Oh, as far as this dude Brian Johnson, he ran 5 screens straight, passing plays straight. I counted 5 straight. Now it's like I want to blame him.
He was just doing it because of the zero blitz.
But it's so childish. But I don't think he trusted Hurts at that moment. Now you throwing screens to Julio, that's a different story.
No, the screen to Julio killed me.
That's what I'm saying. It was part of one of the 5. But I don't know if I really blame him for running that 5 straight because he just didn't trust Jalen. Jalen was terrified for some reason. He was literally intimidated by him. And they was getting whipped. I haven't seen them get that beat up like that in the trenches since
I just said that.
We played the Seahawks in 14 or something, 13.
No, I would say the game where Wentz got the concussion. We got beat bad in the trenches.
And we won. That's what it come down to. Now Kelsey dropped the ball a few times. Cool. He dropped
That punch
the ball.
out was nice. You got to clap
It
it up
was
for
Fumble
Bradley.
too. The fumble in
That
the
punch
red
out was
zone.
nice.
Shout out to Peanut. The pick, great play. They probably
Oh
Pat
yeah,
do a little better.
He baited Pat on that one.
Yeah, Pat had me dying because the whole time I was watching him, I was just saying he just throws. They just gas that man. Like Patrick Mahomes is great. Don't get me wrong, but he's still overrated. He's great and overrated at the same time.
You can goad him into throwing a bad pass. If you just got the way that Byard had played it, he played it perfectly because when the play started, Byard acted like he was gonna follow Watson and he had drifted off to Kelsey. Yeah, and it was just a beautiful pick.
When Pat Mahomes executes, it looks beautiful, it looks flawless, it's pretty, it's fancy, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. When he does not execute, that man he can play so bad sometimes, and it's so unconventional. He is great. Don't get me wrong, but he's overrated and great at the same time. He's both. But long story short, damn, I had a whole point that I completely forgot. You won the game. Kelsey dropped the ball a couple of times. That's abnormal. Scantlin Valdez.
The MVS drop was a bad drop.
He been doing that.
It was two bad plays. He had the break in to the out, and he twisted two ways to try to get the ball, and then the deep throw, the go route.
Corner,
he beat Bradley bad.
He opened up on the wrong shoulder, this way, and then fell.
Yeah, I think the Bradley one. First of all, Bradley played him like it wasn't a go route. Bradley played him like he was gonna bracket him and stay inside. No, he didn't press him. He didn't press him at all. He was like, he was
free off the line.
He was free off the line. But the way that he played him like he was bracketing him, like he was going.
But you can't bracket him. He's fast as shit. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Bradley had played it like he was bracketing him, and MVS just ran straight past him on a go route.
Coverage in general. At the moment, you want to do a one-on-one. What put Slay on him, and even Slay would have got cooked. But he's too fast.
Slay would have got cooked.
One-on-one.
But
that was
my thing is on that you put a safety back there. I'm okay with the blitzing because I think Sean Desai was
not
doing.
Right, I'm not.
But at that point, I wouldn't have blitzed. I would have put everybody in like a cover 2 defense or even a cover 1 where you still have a deep safety.
But even after that, my fault. But even after that drop, the game still wasn't over because remember it was 4th down, and they still almost got the first down on that 4th down. But they dropped the pass. Was it Sky? What was it? Watson who dropped it?
No. Watson. It went right through his hands. It literally went through his hands. He was. I think he was anticipating the hit. But you still got to come down with it.
He's like 6'2". He jumped up high.
It was in his hands.
But it was all around him. It made him nervous. But if MVS that drop, if that was Nelson Aguilar, would you have been surprised who dropped that? Like the last drop he had. If that was
we had a similar play to that in the Super Bowl with Quez Watkins, and Quez Watkins dropped it. So at the end of the day,
he missed it.
Well, even still, like at the end of the day, I'm not. You have MVS leads the league in drops. Period.
Wait, hold on. I said if that was Nelly, would you have been surprised?
A little bit, yeah. Because Nelly has shown up in big moments.
For us?
For us, yeah. He's shown up in big moments.
Shit.
Super Bowl, the playoff run. He's shown up in big moments.
Nelly has.
I would be surprised if
1 year you talking about was a good year for Nelly. Anything else?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Super Bowl year, he showed up. He showed up in a lot of big moments for us. That's why I wouldn't have been so surprised. 4th quarter, Nelly shows up.
The Detroit game, he dropped the game-winning touchdown when we played the Falcons one time. It was Nelly has dropped a lot of game-winning touchdowns. Wide, scot-free open. But the point I was making is that everybody keeps talking about MVS dropping the ball. Blah, blah. If that was Nelly, nobody would have been surprised. And MVS has more drops than him. I'm pretty sure.
He does. Career-wise, he does.
But we pulled out. We played terrible and won.
We played terrible where we got it out the win. The craziest part to me is that we've only played a complete game one game this season. And it's scary. That's the scariest part. If we could play a complete game fully and go forward. I think that's also the beauty of this team. The beauty of the team is finding ways to win because it's not always going to be pretty.
That complete game thing, I think we played one complete game and played a whole bunch of incomplete games.
Yeah, but we
History
still won.
shows that's us.
Yeah, I think what shows is the fact that we have the personnel to deal with the adversity. And I'm not just talking about the personnel on the field, but also the personnel off the field on the sidelines. Sean Desai held the Cowboys to 6 points, and I got to look at the stats, but I'm pretty sure we lead the league in second half defense. I mean, this has been our MO. Be shaky in the first half, go into the locker room, come out in the second half, firing on all cylinders. That's not going to work when it comes to the playoffs. When we go against a team in the playoffs like the 49ers, a team in the playoffs like the Cowboys, that's not going to work. Turnovers is, you say you disagree. Turnovers is going to hurt us. Turnovers is going to hurt us. Not getting off to a fast start is going to hurt us. That stuff hurts you. Yes, I think we could still grind it out and find a way to win and make the adjustments at halftime. But if the deficit is already too much to overcome, that's going to hurt us.
Yeah, I disagree because the Eagles aren't going to be able to. You're not going to put yourselves in that position. It's just not built that way. The defense is too elite, and the offense is too elite to be in a situation where it's too much to overcome at any point in the game.
Let me ask you a question, EG. Do you feel like Brian Johnson is a little lost without Dallas Goedert? He didn't really know what to call.
No, I don't think. I mean, Goedert was obviously he was a big
two-part question. How come we didn't play Big O?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's something about him because nobody wants to play him. And athletically, he's one of the most athletic tight ends in the league. Mm-hmm. So it has to be something
fast and he can catch the ball.
He's 6'5". He's amazing as an athlete, but it's
6'5" and runs a 4.4.
He's ass. It's something about him that's ass in practice, son, because nobody wants to play him. Everybody wants to trade him.
I understand why you play Stoll in front of him because Stoll is better in the blocking game, and maybe he doesn't have the blocking prowess currently. But in the passing game, you're playing Stoll over our O. Like Stoll is not a receiving tight end. He's a blocking tight end.
That's what I'm saying. That's an indictment on Albert. Maybe
we played him last game though. We played him last game when Dallas got injured against Dallas. We played him.
I don't know how much did we play.
He only had one catch and one target, but he still played.
It got to be an indictment. If he's not on the field now, it's something he's doing during practice. But going back to Goddard, I don't think it probably took some adjusting, but we didn't use Goddard for the first 3 weeks or whatever it was.
Yeah, facts. But Dallas was still doing other good things for us. Dallas is a top 5 tight end. Either way you look at it.
He is, but I don't think he's a top 5. I came to the conclusion I don't think he's a top 5 tight end on our team. I think Dallas got a top 5 talent, but we don't use him like a top 5 tight end.
Right.
So it took some adjusting, but it was more so of it was the blitzing, and I think it was more so Hurts than Brian Johnson, to be honest with you. Brian Johnson, they probably should have ran it some more because it was working and all that. But Hurts was scared, bro. It was nothing you could. Yeah. The line was getting their ass whipped, and then Hurts was getting scared. There's nothing you can do in that combination. Once your quarterback is jumpy, there's nothing you can call, you can do. Yeah. But that it factor kicked in.
But I mean, a lot of I think what he was scared of is because the exotic blitzes, the blitzing off to the slot. On those, there has to be better play calling at that. When you have blitzing coming off the edge like that, off the slot, and that's an unblocked. No, we didn't start picking it up into the second half. He had 5 sacks in the first half.
One in like the second.
Duffy had like 2 sacks, bro.
Yeah, well, we got sacked 5 times, but some of them
5 times in the first half,
and some he was holding the ball. Jalen Hurts, how often do you see him throw the ball away? Damn near never. Probably third and long or something. He'll throw the ball away after running around. Hurts need to start throwing the ball away. Aaron Rodgers always throw the ball away.
Mm-hmm. But you can't throw the ball away in the pocket. You go try to throw it at their feet, but that's something that you have to teach Hurts.
Hurts runs around, runs to the right for mad long, and then see if he sees someone and try to make a. He takes mad long.
And then he throws it away.
He jogs to the right. He don't even run.
If Hurts takes it out of the pocket, he's looking downfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's how long you can throw the ball away in the pocket. Just throw it towards your receivers.
Yeah, throw it towards
your
receivers.
Think about throw the ball. He thinks about extending the play almost every play, and when he's uncomfortable.
And sometimes it's just not there. You have to. Yeah, I get that.
He needs to get in rhythm. He needs to just get comfortable. The O-line didn't make it easy for him at all, but he just needs to get comfortable. And it's something about Kansas City. He's intimidated about him, whatever it is. until that.
Do you think that this installed confidence in him moving forward against Kansas? Because ultimately, I still think that we're going to see Kansas City again.
I wanted to win this game convincingly because this was the psychological game.
It's still a possibility. It's still a possibility, Troy.
Yeah. My whole thing was we spin Kansas City, and it makes them doubt. Like, damn, when if they play us in the Super Bowl, they're like, damn, they spinked us last time. It gives them a little bit more doubt. But I was like, if we lose to this game, then it's like, yo, they really whack. We spanked them twice. Oh yeah, it's lit third time. So we won. I'm happy, but I don't know. I don't know if that was like a convincing win. I don't know how much confidence.
It wasn't. But that's the thing, though. We got so like what's the word I'm looking for? We got so conditioned to the Eagles having convincing wins, because you look at last year, they had so many convincing wins, and then coming into the season,
this year way more because we battle tested this year.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Last year it was we was blowing teams out last year. This year we're gutting out wins, and it's not pretty. That's the thing that I hate.
I just need cleaner. I need
I agree with you. But my point is the fact that the media right now, the reason why the Eagles are still overlooked and still not considered the team to beat or the number one team, in power rankings or whatever. But when you look at the media, they still feel like the Eagles are not the team to beat, and that there's other teams out there that are better or that have the best team or whatever. It's because of style points. It's because people are looking for, if they feel like the NFL is not college. Everything is not going to be about style points. Everything is not going to be about blowing teams out. It's not going to be about 30-point wins and looking like the juggernaut that you're supposed to be. This is the NFL. Everybody is in the NFL for a reason.
It depends on what media you're looking at.
That's what I'm saying.
The glitz and glamour media, of course they're not. But people who know and understand the game of football know that the Eagles are a problem, bro.
And
like, you can't overlook at.
And I promise you, everything I listen to,
who they beat.
Everything I listened to, they were saying they bring up the game like, yo, the Eagles won this and that. They won, this and that, da. But the Chiefs really played a bad game. Like, they went from the Eagles won to the Chiefs lost every time.
That's what I'm trying to say. The media is trying to downplay the Eagles winning.
Oh,
that's the only thing that I'm trying to say, because of the style points, because of how the style of winning. It's not always going to be pretty. Sometimes I'll take an ugly win over a blowout because, one, we're battle tested, we're able to handle adversity, and it shows what kind of team you are.
Ugly. Offensively, that one was too ugly.
I get it, but I would still take this win over the loss that we had against the Jets.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we can't get caught up in style points and glamorizing high flying offenses and defense working on all cylinders. It's not always going to be like that. Sometimes it's going to be the defense that's going to carry us and get the win.
For me, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough when we played. If we played Kansas City like that 10 times, they're winning at least 8.
1,000%.
That was not enough.
I get that.
But for me, I enjoy games like that because, like, the Eagles aren't my team, but I enjoy games like that because it makes you feel better about the win.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a grinded out win. Yeah. And when it came down to it, it came down to making the plays, and Jalen Hurts made the plays when it needed to be made. Like when he hit Devontae for that game clinching, basically that game clinching throw over the middle.
What 2 words you think he said when he seen Devontae? He said, "Fuck it." That's that. That's that. He said, "Fuck it."
And he threw a dot.
Again, that's
into the bread basket.
I know. Like, this is why Jalen is my favorite quarterback in the league. This is why I wanted him so bad when he was coming out in the draft. I knew he had that in him the entire time. He played for Saban. He showed that he's always been a winner, bro. Like, and I knew he was going to be that in the league.
And when you have a culture winning, you feel like there's nothing that you could throw at me that we cannot handle. We're down 14 right now. It's fine. We can handle it. We'll get back into this game. We'll make enough plays to win the game. That's what I like about this team this year, because they're handling the adversity. Everything that's been thrown at them. Miami was supposed to come in and punch us. What happened? Cowboys were supposed to come in and punch us. What happened? They're saying the Bills is going to come in on Sunday and punch us. They're saying that the 49ers next week is going to come in and punch us.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not trying to look too much far in the future, but what I'm saying is a lot of these teams that are coming in and trying to punch us, we're finding ways to win.
You seem like you're a little nervous about the Niners. I don't heard you bring them up.
Like what I'm nervous about the Niners about is because there's I don't want to say there's a history. No. What it is that I feel like it's a trap game. I feel like that's a trap game for us. I don't feel like the 49ers are a better team than us. So I don't. Like top to bottom, I feel like we are the better team. We're more physical. We have the better defensive line. We have the better offensive line. We have the better receivers. We don't have the better running back, but in my opinion, we have the better tight end. I love Kittle, but I love Goddard more. It's your preference, but I feel like we have the better roster. Coaching is what scares me. That's what scares me the most. I think Sean Desai is going to come up with a great plan and do everything. I don't feel like Brian Johnson is going to do enough to win this game. That's just me personally. I'm not sold on Brian Johnson. And that's the only thing that's really holding me back from saying like we can fully contend and go further. I said it last year. If we're gonna lose, it's gonna be off the back of Jonathan Gannon. This year, if we lose, it's gonna be because of Brian Johnson's play.
There is one thing that you can do, and that y'all have in your favor against the Niners,
and that's Jalen Hurts.
No, that's that D-line getting after Brock Purdy. That man shakes in his boots when he sees him.
He's afraid of Reddick. So he's afraid of Reddick. You don't want to see his
question, though, Lou. So how many points do you think Brian Johnson has to put up on the Niners to win? Like, where would you say?
To win, we got to put up like 25. To win the game, we have to score at least 25, at least to win the game.
Well, the Rams will see put up 23 with their bum ass weapons on them. You know what I'm saying,
but how much did the 49ers put up?
On who? The Rams?
Yeah,
30. But it has 30. But that has nothing to do with Brian Johnson.
But Shanahan scares me too, because Shanahan could scheme it up.
The Bengals put up 31.
This is what scares me. This is what scares me. It's not just Brian Johnson. What also scares me is Shanahan scheming it up because our middle of the field has been susceptible.
And so has the Niners. They're overrated. I think you think about the Niners from last year. Their defense is not the same, bro. Just because they added Chase Young and not the same
defense. Being gone now.
Yeah, Hufunga's gone
out for the season. And their defense has Hufunga was there when they put up 30 on them. 19 for
what did Kirk Cousins and Jordan Addison do to them, bro?
Put up 30.
Just adding 30
on them.
Come on. Right, that's not the same defense, bro.
I got you. Let's hit this this is going on a little too long. Let's hit this 2-minute drill. All right, let's start with the Thanksgiving games. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Turkey Day to everybody that celebrated. The Packers at Lions. The Lions open up -8.
Oof, I went up 0.8. Lions. Division game, but Lions. Jordan Love ass.
Consensus, I believe, right? All right. 49ers at Seahawks. The 49ers open up -7.
Another division game. Geno Smith probably not gonna play. Drew Lock gonna be there, so Niners.
If Geno doesn't play, it hasn't been confirmed. Is he out?
No, I don't think it's been confirmed, but they're saying
if he's out, then yeah, I'll give it to 49ers. But if he's starting, Seahawks. They're home. Yeah, I give it to the Seahawks if he's starting. Dolphins. Wait, hold on.
So what you
have? Oh, I'm sorry. Commanders at Cowboys. Cowboys open up -13. Wait, I'm sorry.
Detroit into the Seahawks and Niners.
No, he said
I said Niners too.
You said the Niners. Commanders at Cowboys. Cowboys open up -13.
Cowboys, they love punching on good teams. I don't think they're covering that 13 though, but
yeah, I don't think they're covering that 13. But yeah, I have the Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys too. That stretches. That's 13 is a
stretch. I think this is a trap game for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a trap game for them. But yeah, I got the Cowboys. Dolphins at Jets. This is a Friday the 1st, Black Friday game. I don't understand. Like, why y'all wait bad low to do a Black Friday? I always wonder why they never did Black Friday games. But First Black Friday game, Dolphins at Jets. The Dolphins over the -10.
It's not a holiday. Black Friday is not a holiday.
I mean, it's not, but still, I mean, Christmas weekend they have Saturday games, so
yeah, I don't know why they do that at all. I don't even know if they know why they do that, but Dolphins, another division game, Dolphins, easy. Shout out to Tim Boyle.
Dolphins. I think it's consensus. No
consensus.
All right. Bucks at Colts. The Colts open up -2.5.
I got the Buccaneers.
Who you got?
Bucks.
You got the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Bucks.
Damn, we're gonna roll.
Consensus. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Baker has been doing everything to win. It hasn't been on Baker. Isn't that crazy? Like Baker usually doing everything to lose the game, but he's been doing everything to try to win the game.
He's been a good game manager, and he throws up to
doing this thing.
He throws up to Mike Evans.
But again, it all goes back to the system. He was ruined in Cleveland, bro. Another shitty organization. Good. I'm just saying.
He was. I ain't gonna go down the rabbit hole of Cleveland because they ruined a lot of good quarterbacks. Jags at Texans. The Jags open up -1.5.
Texans. Division game.
I got the Texans. I got the Texans.
1.5 is telling.
Yeah, I got the Texans.
It's in Jacksonville?
It's in Houston.
I got the Texans.
All right, consensus. Panthers at Titans. The Titans open up -3.5. You know what? I got the Panthers.
I want to say the Panthers so bad, but
I do too. But I think that this is gonna be their game. This is gonna be their game.
They look like they're disinterested in winning.
For Troy's sake, I'm saying the Panthers.
I appreciate that. I hope they win too. It doesn't look like they will, but
you put them on your ticket.
Nah,
I just want the Bears to get out of that number one spot.
Yeah, he wants the Patriots to get their draft capital.
Definitely Titans.
You know, and it's crazy. I think that the Titans will win this game. I should probably pick the Titans, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm gonna double down. But yeah, Troy.
He said Panthers.
All right,
Panthers. Question mark.
Pats at Giants. The Pats open up -3.5.
There's a big game in our group chat. Yeah, they've been talking about it.
The toilet bowl, bro. The toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl game.
I'm not even on that. I'm not even gonna lie to myself. Giants has been definitely balling or even competing, either winning or competing. But Bill Belichick is not letting the
nah.
We have been competing too, for what it's worth.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mac Jones doesn't throw an interception. Pats win this. I'm sorry, I'm giving this one to the Pats.
Yeah, Bill Belichick not letting them beat him.
This is the game that we might fuck around and blow them out. But I hope, like I said, I hope Tommy DeVito, Tommy looks like the second coming of Brady this week. Mama.
Bill Belichick, it's over, bro. He's not letting them beat him. He told me.
Saints at Falcons. The Falcons open up -1.
He said everybody's gonna prepare and just everybody prepare to play. He said that 40 times. We had been crying. Said everybody's prepared to play. We just have everybody.
Yeah, Bill, where he get cranky Bill,
no,
like that's.
I be crying, bro. But
he froze for a second.
They're going back to Desmond Ridder. I don't even know, bro. It's the Falcons. They don't even.
Falcons are just doing too much to lose, bro.
They
have no confidence. I got the Saints, man.
I got the Saints only because they need to get rid of Arthur Blank.
Arthur
Blank, right?
No, Arthur Smith.
Arthur
Blank is the owner. Arthur Blank is the owner. Arthur Smith is the coach. Yeah, but they got to get rid of Arthur Smith. But yeah, I got the Saints.
I think that's the only reason he hired that nigga is because his name is Arthur too. But he's got to be going after this year. Yeah, they're going back to Ridder. I got the Saints.
Steelers at Bengals. The Steelers open up -1.5. I had the Steelers.
I got Steelers. Yeah, I like Jake Brown. He was in Washington. He was there with I don't know if Sidney Brown was there. I think that was John Ross quarterback. Or was it Marcus might have been there?
Yeah.
Is Sidney Brown? That's his name. The corner that we drafted.
Nah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, it wasn't Sidney Brown. It was
Sydney Sutton.
Sydney King.
Poitier.
I want to say King.
No, Sydney.
His last name was King. You talking about the defensive back?
Yeah, well, that the Eagles drafted him.
Yeah, wasn't his last name?
You talking about Sydney.
I know who you talking about.
Darby.
No.
Nah, different people.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Talking about quarterback? We talking about
because he was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite. So he was balling.
Cornerback.
Yeah, when he throws Achilles.
Yeah.
No, Sydney is a safety. Sydney Jones.
Sydney.
Jones
From Washington, the Washington cornerback. Sydney.
Jones.
I forget. Sydney Jones. Is
it Jones?
That can't hit me.
No, he heard you, but I didn't believe his name was it Sydney Jones?
Yeah, Sydney Jones.
Sydney Jones. All right.
I thought his last name was King for some reason. All right, whatever.
Yo.
All right. So what's is the consensus on Steelers?
Yeah. Well,
Troy.
Yeah.
All right. Consensus. Browns at Broncos. The Broncos open up -1.5. I got the Broncos. They're home. I don't have any confidence in the offense. It's not the defense. I think the defense is top.
D-line is gonna kill Russ. I got the Browns.
So my thing is with this one, because we didn't touch on this one, pause, but the Browns lose Deshaun Watson. The Browns are obviously a Super Bowl or a playoff contender. So to fill in, they go out and get Joe Flacco.
But isn't DTR starting?
No.
They're letting Flacco start? Yeah.
No,
yeah.
yes.
I got the I got the Broncos, bro. I got the Broncos. He's not Trent Dilfer. What is he? He's not Trent Dilfer, bro. Nah, bro. Get out of here.
With that defense now, you think Flacco?
I mean, you need a game manager. I mean, he's a competent game manager, but he's not Trent Dilfer, bro. I'm not putting stock in behind Flacco.
He's better than Trent Dilfer. I don't know if you're saying he's worse.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, so.
Do you think they should have gave Cam a call?
Trent Dilfer was on a team that the defense averaged like 11 points the whole season.
Yeah,
he still won a Super Bowl. Though.
That was crazy.
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl too. It was MVP.
But Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl on the strength of his own.
He did make throws.
We're talking about a quarterback who hasn't looked the same since they drafted Lamar.
Oh, so your argument? You saying you don't think he can game manage?
With other quarterbacks out there, are you picking up Flacco?
That's what I'm not arguing that. That's their fault. I don't know, but I'm asking. You don't think Joe Flacco can game manage?
I think he can game manage. I think he can game manage. But I'm not picking up Flacco. I'll pick up Kaepernick before I pick up Flacco.
Cam?
No, I wouldn't pick up Cam. I'll pick up Flacco before I pick up Cam.
RG3?
RG3? I'm picking up
RG3. I'll pick up RG3. I'll pick up RG3.
Picking him up over Flacco. Flacco just played.
I'll pick up RG3. RG3 made his case. I seen the tweet. I would have picked up RG3.
I'm picking up a more recently active quarterback before I go pick up someone who ain't playing.
And you're picking up Flacco?
Who's better than Flacco?
Cam Newton was recent too, bro. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? Cam Newton started more games than Flacco recently. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, they both.
But he was dirt, and it was like two. Flacco's
been dirt too. Like, come on, bro.
Cam was that last year when he played?
Cam was with the Panthers last year. After
the I don't even think he completed.
Flacco hasn't started in 2 years, bro. Flacco
was just there on the Jets for what's his name?
Backup.
No, he started. Flacco played.
No. When he was with the Jets, he said that he wasn't gonna mentor Zach Wilson. That was Zach Wilson's first year, and then Zach Wilson ended up starting, and then they got rid of Flacco, and then Mike White came in. Come on, bro. Flacco.
I'm not bugging. Flacco was playing, and I think he got hurt, and then all that happened.
Flacco. Yeah, he did. He did actually. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. So we're gonna put stock behind Flacco like he's the second coming to Trent Dilfer.
Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan.
The second coming.
Bro. I would go out and get what's his face.
Matt Ryan.
What's the ex quarterback on the Chargers?
Nat.
What's the name?
Oh, Phillip.
Phillip. I'll go out and get Ryan. I'll go out and get Ryan Phillips before Ryan Phillip, Matt Phillip, whatever. Phillips.
Phillip Rivers. You don't remember his name,
bro. Come on, bro.
Flacco played in 5 games last year.
Matt Ryan,
on, bro. With who? With the Jets?
Ryan, you could probably say that too, but I mean, yeah, they could have got Matt Ryan. But that my whole thing, quarterback before I go to someone who ain't playing a while, who got to get in shape and all that. Then you said Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer and Joe Flacco was not even close in the Ravens.
Bro, they all close. They're close in age right now. Currently, when Trent Dilfer won his Super Bowl
in the Ravens' history, is not even close. Ask the Ravens who they rather have. You didn't want to pick Trent Dilfer over Joe Flacco.
I think the Ravens, if Lamar goes down, they're fine. They got Tyrod. Not Tyrod. They got what's his face?
The Ravens players that they played with. Who you think they rather have? Ask Ray Lewis. He played with both of them. Who you think he rather have?
He did play with both of them. Yeah.
Who you think he rather have?
I think he'd rather have Flacco. But you're talking about an elite Flacco with a gun arm back then who won the Super Bowl over Flacco right now. Flacco right now
is Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer was never good.
All right, then. That's what I'm saying. But he's not Trent Dilfer right now.
He's never been Trent Dilfer because he's way above Trent Dilfer. Regardless, Trent Dilfer
won the ring. Trent Dilfer won the ring at like 40 years old, bro. I want to hit it.
That's telling on the defense. That what Trent Dilfer was just there. Ask Ray Lewis. He'll tell you. I think he did
all right. So with other quarterbacks out there, you would take Flacco over RG3 right now?
Yes. RG3 hasn't played in like 3 years.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I'll take RG3.
Deshaun Watson hasn't played in 2 years, and he's
Kaepernick hasn't played in like 5 years, and I'll still pick him over Flacco.
Okay.
That's a stretch.
He's just
the only quarterback I would have taken is Matt Ryan. I think
that's
Matt
what I'm saying. That's the only one that makes sense.
Matt Ryan.
That's the only one that makes sense. Anyone else that haven't played? Look at
Phillips don't make sense.
Phillip Rivers haven't played in like 4 years, and he wasn't even that good.
Rivers hasn't played in like 2. Wasn't he just in Indianapolis?
He was on the Colts.
Who?
Yeah,
Phillip Rivers. That was like
2 years ago. He was on the Colts.
That was like 2020 or whatever. Either way, it was like
2020. So they replaced him with Carson, and then they replaced him with Matt Ryan. Vice versa.
What was the backup? What was the backup that came in for Wentz when Wentz went down? When the Seahawks took him out with the concussion? Who was that?
Oh, you talking about McCown, Josh McCown.
I get McCown before I get Flacco.
It's funny because we replaced McCown with Flacco. But go ahead. He's just talking.
No, we did.
Next subject. Next team.
We did.
Just trying to
talk about it. I'm just talking shit. But anyway, Browns at Broncos. Which y'all got?
I got the Browns.
I got the Broncos.
Rams at Cardinals. The Rams open up -1. I got the Rams.
I got the Cardinals.
Yeah, I got the Cards in that one.
Oh, really?
Division game.
Kyler's back, bro. Kyler's back.
And Trey McBride.
Trey McBride and Marquise Brown. He's hitting a bunch of different receivers.
I'm doubling down. I got the Rams.
Big boy Michael, not Michael Floyd. That's the other big boy.
Michael Wilson.
So Michael Wilson.
Yeah. Bills at Eagles. Eagles open up -3.5.
I got the Bills.
And there's a Green Kelly game.
So what game?
Bills?
I got the Bills. Like in my pocket.
I knew it was coming. Like
yeah, you gotta wait for it.
Like, I was just waiting for it. Like
I can't pick the Bills. I really can. Why can't I pick the Bills?
Anyway, I got the Eagles, man.
Josh Allen back. Josh Allen back.
On his back.
He's gonna be on his back because Jalen Carter gonna
consensus.
Put him in.
Everybody got the Eagles. Consensus.
I got the Bills. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Anyway,
wait, hold on. Over under on Josh Allen's interceptions that game.
Oh, I got the over.
I don't know because we've been getting cooked. I guarantee. I got the over.
Slay and Bayer gonna get one. Slay and Bayer. Brad might get one. Bradbury.
I got
the over. Bradbury bowled out last game.
I got Blankenship getting one.
Ghost? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Ghost getting one.
Bradbury getting one.
I think Bradbury bowled out last game. Last game, Bradbury was bowling out last game. It was Slay that got cooked.
Bradbury was bowling like the Chiefs. Or you saying last? You saying like
against the Chiefs? Bradbury was bowling against the Chiefs.
He should. Look who's going against. Who was Bradbury going against?
Scott Moore.
Rest my case, Your Honor. He got going against Kadarius Toney, who they gotta give the ball. They have to give him handoffs because he can't even get open.
You're right. Is it consensus? Can I move on?
I got the Bills.
You got the Bills?
I got the Bills.
I got the Eagles, man. I don't know what you salty weather. What you got, Troy?
I got the Eagles to dominate, bro.
All right, thank you. Chiefs at Raiders. The Chiefs open up -8.5.
It should be 10.5 because they're gonna take all the anger out of them.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. Can we just talk about Pacheco's angry running? That boy run like he on fire.
But he's always did that. He's gonna kill the Raiders.
He fizzles out in the second half, but he runs like.
But I think Andy Reid
madman.
with the Rutgers. But Andy Reid he don't stick with it.
What you got, Troy?
Not the Chiefs.
You got the Raiders? All right. Ravens at Chargers. The Ravens open up -3.5.
Ravens.
I got the Chargers.
Okay. Let's push through this. This is almost 2 hours. It's crazy.
I'll go Chargers. It's all right. It's a holiday special.
It's a holiday. We should have had guests on here, man. Bears at Vikings for the Monday night game. The Vikings open up -3.5.
Got the Bears.
Disrespectful.
I really like Josh Dobbs. I love what he's doing, but there's Justin Fields. He getting his win back. That defense is gonna make it a little difficult for him.
Put some respect on the pastronaut's name, bro. I got the Vikings.
I really do like Josh Dobbs. I like Josh Dobbs. I love his story, but
I don't know. I got the Vikings, man. I got the J. Jeff is coming back. I got the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Vikings. What you got, Troy? Vikings?
Division.
Yeah, we doubled down. All right, before we end this episode tonight, let's just all say what we're thankful for the most with our teams. We'll start out with Troy.
I will be thankful if Bill Belichick starts Mac Jones the rest of the season so we can get a top 2 pick. Billy Big B's, I know you stubborn. I know you hard-headed. I know you cannot take a loss in stride, but this is the time to do it, bro. And I'll be thankful for it.
Yeah, Lou.
I'm thankful for Sean Desai because Sean Desai has been a godsend, and I'm so happy that the Cardinals took Jonathan Gannon. Thank you so very much. I'm thankful to the Cardinals organization too for taking Jonathan Gannon off of our hands. I've been wanting him gone for 2 years. He's finally gone. Sean Desai, I love you. Thank you so very much. I am very thankful for you.
I'm thankful for my uncle, Jeffrey Lurie. It's a trickle-down effect. Like, man, one of my coworkers, we was talking about football. He asked me what my team was. I said, I'm an Eagles fan. He sucked his teeth and said, oh, man, another one. You know how much that made my heart smile? Like, when he said another one, I just smiled because it's like we're in such a golden era with the Eagles right now that when I even announce my team, they feel like I'm being part of the bandwagon because we're that good.
As a Pats fan, that's how we felt for years. I know that feeling.
This little 5-year window we've been on, I've never seen anything like. It's been 20 years or whatever. It was the early 2000s since we was like this. Mm-hmm. So I'm thankful for Jeffrey Lurie for keeping Howie Roseman, who helped put together this team and the coaches and everything that construct this golden era of the Eagles.
Thankful for Howie Roseman too.
Man.
God damn, I'm thankful for Howie Roseman.
Okay. And then all over Bleacher Report because everyone asked like what if they should fire Bill or whatever. I said my dream scenario is to keep Bill as head coach and then find out what the Eagles want for Howie.
No.
He said no.
No. You know, and to end the episode, there's reports that that after Shaq Leonard clears Ravens that Howie Roseman has already placed the call in to Shaq.
They said the Cowboys though. Eagles, Cowboys, and Packers. I said I can see the Cowboys from the South. It's driving distance from South Carolina, where he's from, to Dallas. So I mean, if you want to win and change
South Carolina, I mean Philly's right there too. I don't want to hear that. Anyways, I want to hear that. Dallas.
Before you end the episode out, Howie not going nowhere. He already survived the craziest thing.
Yeah,
Howie's not going whiffed on a receiver to get one of the worst receivers ever, and the receiver that he whiffed on, historically and statistically, already became one of the best receivers ever
in the league. Yeah.
And we wanted to chase him out of town, which made him trade for a receiver who's historically in the Eagles is now the best receiver ever. It's crazy how life works. He whipped on the best receiver in the league to go trade for a receiver who became the best receiver in the league. It's crazy. Arguably, debatable, whatever. But it's crazy how life works. That's a correction. That's how you correct something.
Yeah. Well, week 12. Week 12 starts tomorrow. I'm about to cry, man. Yo, Howie. Week 12 starts tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, man. If you haven't already, please go like, share, subscribe to the channel. We will see you guys next week. Happy Turkey Day. Gobble gobble.
Week 12.
Me, bro.
Big shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to the Puerto Ricans.
You drink a poquito. That's why you said that. I like that.
That's how you was pointing.
The poquito mojito.
Like
mojito.
That's too much dairy in this. You got it.